There's fireworks going off at 12:30 on a Monday. Why?
Hello and welcome back to Stop Hannah Time. Whoa, it's been a busy couple of weeks. Sorry about no vlog last week. I completely forgot that I would not be there. I'd be at I-58 on the Monday. So we got to Monday and I went, there's no vlog. But then arguably, we wouldn't have had such a fascinating comment section as last week's vlog, which it's hilarious. God's sake. Just the amount of face palming that myself and I think Claw was like just face palming away on Twitter, bless her. We were all just going, yeah, definitely dating Kath. Yeah, like, if you look at the timelines of when Kath appeared and when Hannah moved in with her boyfriend, it's totally the same person, despite the fact that unless you haven't been paying attention, there isn't a barking pug running around my house, and Kath is not walking a long-haired Maine Coon. So, you know, well done to everyone. To be fair, most of you went, don't be ridiculous. But I find it hilarious, guys. I just find it so funny that we're still in that fucking age where you appear on camera with someone of the opposite gender and then you're definitely bonking, right? Definitely bonking. If it's not like, it used to be me and Duncan, and then Kim turned up and it was like, oh, you're stealing Duncan. And then it was Kim and I, just because, you know, people can't take bounce, and genuinely thought, I don't fuck know what they thought, but Jesus Christ. So yeah, it's now Kath. I'm definitely dating Kath, yeah. Yeah, definitely, mate, definitely. Fuck's sake. You've heard him on camera and stuff, and you've heard the boyfriend on camera a few times. Those of you who follow Twitter, and you'll know it's not the same guy. So, well done. Also, just before we start the rest of the video, yes, I am wearing the Green Rangers, what is it, hockey jacket? I don't fucking know. It's some weird, I think it is a hockey jacket, or a football, American football style jacket, with like name on the back and shit. I got it from Wild Bangarang, so the same people who do all those amazing leggings that Katie and I quite enjoy. So thanks guys, you're pretty cool. I did buy it myself, but I'll still say thanks guys for bringing this thing into existence, because I didn't know I needed it, and now I've got it, and it's actually quite cool. Except when I go to answer the door in it, and then I get judged. So, yay for nerds! Right, so, back to the events of last week. Thank you to everyone who turned up for I-58. It was lovely to see you guys across 4 days. 4 days is always hardcore. I'm glad I did it though. We won the pub quiz. Quite a few people there didn't seem to get the name of our team, which we tried not to go for anything too offensive or like diggy and like ribbing, such as stuff related to CSGO Lotto. However, we did call our team name Clap If You Need Help, which most people didn't get because for some reason they seemed to not be aware of Verena Joyce, but that's fine. It was subtle and under the radar, and that made us feel quite good. And we won. I mean, the money all goes to the same place, and it's all the same amount of money anyway, but we won. So, good fucking times. I think as well, we managed to correctly guess the theme to Crime Watch and Robot Wars. Sad days indeed. And Antiques Roadshow. Which most of us knew because our parents subjected us to it when we were kids and we're all mentally scarred, and whenever we hear the theme it just sets us back into some PTSD level, like have you seen this bottle, it's 40 years old sort of thing. So yeah, no, that was all really fun. So thank you to everyone. I got to see Smerry, I got to see Claw, I got to see Lee Harvey and a load of other people, so it was really cool to hang out. Thank you very much guys. As always, you're all a little bit too handsy at the old pub quiz, but the people who were a bit handsy were probably so drunk that they'll watch this and go, oh, what fuckers did that? So yeah, once again, a little reminder, if we do go to pub quizzes, to try and not just come at us demanding hugs. It is a little bit, we also were kind of stuck against the stage a bit, so we couldn't actually like back off. So yeah, that was a bit awkward. But luckily Kev was on hand, and also I really wasn't taking any shit. So if I was mean to anyone, it came from a good place, like a well-intended, everyone would just like a bit of time off space. It wasn't a you specifically can fuck off. So if I did tell you to bugger off, sorry, but I was trying to help Katie and Kev and Sophie do, and like so many other people try and like moderate the crowd, as it were, and it was a bit hardcore. Moving on from that, let's have a quick chat about EGX, because that is the next event we are doing. I'll also briefly mention MCM in a minute, but let me chat to you quickly about Eurogamer Expo, that's its technical name. Tickets are still not sold out for some things. This is taken from the Reddit. I will try and pop it in the video description so you have it all. But the basic gist is normal entry tickets are sold out. However, there is a special reserve afternoon entry ticket for Yognauts who purchase after hours tickets. The details of all of that, as I said, are in the Reddit post. It is sticky at the top of the subreddit, the Yogscast subreddit, but I'll put it in the video description. At checkout, you should be asked to add an afternoon ticket, which will provide entry to either Hat Chat Live or our After Hours School Days show. Join the special class of Yogs Academia students as Professor Terps. I hope they get him a hat, like the paddle boards? The boards, you know, the hats. As Professor Terps takes them through a back-to-school themed game show. Oh God. 2 teams of Yogs go head-to-head in a battle of schoolyard challenges, top swap mental quizzes, and more. Rounds include sports day challenges, drama, and the most exciting, mental arithmetic. Shit. Who will flourish at the top of the class, and who will fall victim to Professor Terps's paddle? I don't... Sports day challenges could be anything, as we discovered with like the definitely not the Olympics knockoff we did for I-58. Drama, God knows. I mean, I don't do acting anyway. I'm shit at it, so this would be brilliant. Mental arithmetic, mate. I did a GCSE and then I stopped. I have a calculator like on my phone. I don't fucking need it, but I will find out, because as we all know, that does not necessarily mean that's what it's going to be. The egg and spoon race, for example, at the sports thing, was head-to-head overcooked. So we'll find out. Maybe mental arithmetic isn't adding up. That would be really nice, wouldn't it? Be amazing. So yes, that, and also the Hat Chat Live. So the Hat Chat Live is Friday night. The special after-school thing is Saturday night. Do go and check the website via the link to Reddit, and all the information should be there. If there are any issues with those checkout afternoon ticket things, please do let us know. Obviously don't let me know, because I can't fucking do anything. The best thing you could probably do is tweet at Yogscast and let them know, because that is a manned account, or reply to Sherlock Humes, Mark Humes, on the actual Reddit itself. But hopefully that means that those of you who can't get in because of the day entry can still come to the show, because that's really what we want. Like, we can only go and do things like have stands at this stuff and do shows if there is the interest and there's the ticket purchasing. So this is hopefully going to provide you guys with a bigger opportunity to just come and see the thing you want to see, instead of forking out for an all-day ticket with bugger all else to do. MCM, we have not confirmed yet. So those of you asking about MCM, we currently have no guarantee we are going. You are very welcome to contact MCM and go like, please, can you get those guys in? It is under negotiations currently though, so please do stay tuned, but don't go buying tickets just because you expect us to be there. It's just a heads up, because I don't want you guys buying a ticket and then us not being there and you going, oh, you're going to be there. Sometimes it's out of our control. It's down to the management and the organisation of the event. So if they can't provide us with something like a merch stand and a signing area, for example, just because there isn't the space this year for whatever reason, then, or they can't offer us shows and so forth, it's something we have to take into account. So we are still talking about it. So yeah, just thought I'd say, because obviously I don't want people turning up and us not being there. That's like the worst thing. Content for the week. I think we're still ploughing through Deus Ex. I gave Tom like 6 hours and he just hasn't appeared. But his edits are great. It's great to see you guys are really enjoying his edits and his input in the videos as well, because that's nice. So yeah, we're just going to do Deus Ex daily. I've got a Deus Ex Go interview video that I actually need to put up that ties into the game, because if you do stuff in Go, you can, I think it's praxis. I think you get praxis in the main game, so you get level up points. But I have an interview from E3 that I haven't had the perfect time to put it out, so I need to work on that. I've also got 2 episodes of a fantasy virtual reality game that I have just been sitting on that need to have something with. Tom is also working on highlights for This Is the Police streams and a few other things. Pokemon Uranium he's going to have a look at. We're still keeping an eye on YouTube and what happens with those videos, because you never know, Nintendo. But yeah, for the rest of the week, it's looking just like Deus Ex, guys, which I think is all right. I think it's doing okay on views. It's one of those ones, because it's a big series, a lot of you kind of watch it, save it up and come back. So there's always diminishing returns on a playthrough like that, and then you go back to it later and it's kind of all evened out. Same with like Fallout. You go back afterwards, you're like, oh, it's got 50,000 views. Oh, great. So I'm just sort of letting that happen. It's doing its thing. I would argue that YouTube is shitting itself currently because of all the demonetization stuff. I've not had any issues that I know of. I mean, YouTube haven't emailed me, so I assume so. But then I haven't got in my tags or my titles anything that is particularly inflammatory, such as depression, acne, although I have acne, my makeup is particularly on point today, or you know, rape. So despite the fact that Deus Ex itself is actually quite a funky subject, because all you need to do is replace org or augmentations or orgs with Muslims and suddenly it gets a little bit real, but nothing seems to be flagged. So I'm actually all right, but I obviously know that YouTube is going to be shitting itself. So I'm just going to plough on with Deus Ex. We'll finish that. We'll see where we are when we get to that, because I have so many other games we could just start a playthrough of. And in the meantime, I'm going to have a very nice, relaxing week just streaming. Kath and I are filming more of The Last of Us tomorrow. Oh my! Fuck's sake. Oh God, I can't. If he gets us to Left Behind, I'm just going to weep. The rest of the week, I want to start playing a game called Abduction, which is, it's going to be VR at some point in the future. It was kickstarted. It's the Myst game, like by the people who did Myst. And I really, really want to play it. Like Chris has played it, had a great time. So at some point this week, we're going to do streams of that. We're going to do streams of more Pokemon Uranium, probably, more This Is the Police. You guys obviously get to vote, so we'll see what we can do. But if you do want to tune into live streams, then it's in the video description, the link, and I always do Wednesdays 12 till 4 p.m. and then 11 till 2 p.m. on a Thursday as well. And then obviously I do 2 till 5 on a Friday on the main Yogs one as well. Sometimes I also stream on Mondays and Tuesdays if I have nothing to do. But if I do that, I try to pick something that we haven't played before, so that those of you who aren't there because you're not expecting a stream haven't got to worry. So, and I also try and make sure Tom is working on highlights for a lot of them, and if not, I'll stick them out on the channel as they are, like I did with Abzu, or you can also go and watch them in the highlights area of Yogscast on Twitch, because I've put it all there as highlights for you, so it shouldn't ever disappear. I don't know why I'm doing it to but shouldn't ever disappear. So 2 weeks ago, I asked you guys what you thought about the Pokemon Uranium thing. You know, if you don't know what I mean, whether it was via Nintendo pressuring them or just their own choice, the Pokemon Uranium devs took the game down, so it is not publicly available. This is a game that was worked on as a fan-made project, no profit, for about 7 years, I think, and it was out for less than a week, and then immediately the devs took it down, and we don't know, I think they did it off their own steam, but we don't know how much Nintendo has been involved, whether it was directly or just via the fear Nintendo's going to come after you. And most of you in the comments were kind of reflecting that. Most of you sort of went, I get that Nintendo did it for legal reasons, but I feel this is another fuck you to the community, and I would agree with that. It was free, and you know, it was hard work. I think it's one of those ones where when the dude did that in Skyrim with the mods, they fucking hired him. So it is a little bit sad that that is the situation that, you know, Nintendo and Pokemon fans find themselves in once again, is that Nintendo has this wonderful connection with not giving a fuck. So yeah, a lot of you were like, oh, actually I'm quite annoyed about it. So it was interesting. It's interesting to hear your thoughts on this kind of stuff. I'm going to still continue streaming it on Twitch until I discover that I shouldn't. So if you want to see more Pokemon Uranium, you totally can. My question for the week. What's it going to be this week? Ooh, I want to know from you guys, and this should give a little bit of variety in those answers, hopefully. I want to know who your favourite superhero is. It can be from anywhere. It could be a Power Ranger. It could be Earthworm Jim. You know, it could be Superman. It could be Black Widow. I want to know who your superhero is. Don't do anything fucking cheesy and go, my mum, because I want legit superheroes, all right? Although I appreciate that your mum is probably an amazing person, I want to hear who your favourite fictional superhero is. In terms of my favourite superhero, I think we'd have to go with Batman, because he's a grumpy old fuck. He's a grumpy old fuck, but we also have so many different iterations of Batman. We have like camp, earliest possible films of Batman. We have the 90s animated series, which is brilliant. We have, you know, the games, especially the Telltale one that's coming out. Mark Hamill as the Joker has been brilliant all the way through, and I think that, like, the Joker himself has a lot to blame for me choosing Batman as a franchise, because there are so many personalities in it that I absolutely love, despite the fact that it is a little bit misogynistic, sadistic, and doesn't really make positive light of various mental conditions. Yeah, it's a very fucked up franchise, and I love it to bits. There are certain storylines, such as Batman getting addicted to hardcore drugs several times, that I'm not that into. But on the whole, I quite like Batman, so that would be mine. Who is yours and why? I will see you guys next week if I don't see you on one of the streams or Deus Ex or whatever, but I hope you enjoy all the content. Don't forget to go and check out those EGX thing. Don't forget to go and check out the EGX link in the video description, and I will see you guys soon. Farewell, have a lovely week. Bye bye.